night, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Hello. I would please ask you that all of you turn on your cameras, please. Night, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Andrea, Anaí, Sarela. Les voy a pedir el favor que prendan sus cámaras.
Okay, give me a moment, please.
Ya les voy a explicar cómo es la metodología de la clase, pero necesito que primero todos tengan su cámara y micrófono encendido. Okay. I will start with a little conversation, right? I will explain all of you how we will manage this workshop. And after that, I will do a little presentation about myself, and I want that all of you do exactly the same. I send you a message via WhatsApp, always 5 or 10 minutes before we start our lesson with the link. Always we will have the opportunity to discuss the topics that we will manage. But if at some point you cannot come to the lesson, always this session will be recorded on YouTube. Right now we are recording in progress. And for that reason, it's so important that you always have your camera on. I need that you be present on the lesson because it's just 1 hour per day. 2 days per week, we will have some discussions. So we will have 15 minutes with each of you. That will be tomorrow. And always, I will make that you complete a pool, or if you don't understand me, or if I'm going so fast, I need that you tell me, because I need to discover what is your level. But always you will kind of score my lesson. We will have a schedule in our group how we will manage each session, which topic we will manage. So if you want to get in prepared for come to the lesson, for me that it's okay. But always I will have the plan for the lesson for you. I will show you by PowerPoint slides how we will manage each topic. And if you want to discuss or go deep on it, you are completely free to do it, okay? So I will do a little presentation. I always will wait until 7 with 5 minutes here in Colombia, but more or less you can deal the different times that we have, because I know that we are from different nationalities. So I will do my presentations, and then I want that you introduce yourselves, okay? My name is Gali Luna. I am a Colombian lawyer. I am a human rights defender. I work in an international and public law, especially with Inter-American Court of Human Rights. I have some process on it, but also with criminal law here in my country. So I work as a lawyer, but I am focused on victims' rights. So I try to make the most convenient agreements for them on the national law, okay? But also, I have been working with indigenous communities for so long. So I am like an advisor or legal advisor for them. So I kind of guide their projects, especially when we are talking about non-governmental organizations, right? I have I am 26 years old. I speak Spanish, obviously, because it's my native language, English, and also Portuguese. So if you are interested to share a little bit with me, I will be so proud, because I need to practice. And what more, what you want to know? I have other studies in arbitration, like solve conflicts by the friendly composition. So the idea in this scenario, in this legal workshop, is that we can discuss different topics, obviously so general. We can have an international wide scope of it, and also we will make like some comparative and legal discussions about how maybe in Colombia, Bolivia, or in other countries that I will say, we deal with the same issues. I have been working with executive English for years, and yeah, I have been teaching this for also, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 workshops. But basically, I have been working in all South America with the students and also professionals, inclusive like master's degrees students. And I discussed these topics also with some students that I had from Central America. So it's really interesting. Obviously, that I cannot explain you each topic because we study the whole career, but the idea is that we can see as much processes and as much topics that we can. For me, it's so important that we can take advantage of the time. So I will please ask you, beg you that you be so punctual, okay? So that is my advice. If you want to tell me something, text me something. My WhatsApp is always free for all of you. You know that I am working during the day, so I will be, or not instantly, but I will try hard to answer all your questions.
Sorry, your microphone is bad. It's wrong. I can listen you.
¿No me escuchan?
Now, yes. It was like an interruption.
Now you can listen? Because I can use my other headphones. Give me a second. You will tell me. That is so important. If you notice that I'm having a bad connection, I need that you please tell me, and then we can correct it. Let's try with this one. Give me a second. Maybe will I connect it? Now, can you listen? Better? Worse?
I think that it's better.
Hey, can you listen? No? Yes?
Yes, yes,
Yes, yes.
No. It's better or worse?
it's better.
Worse. I think that it's worse because it sounds like something. Está como tapado, no sé cómo.
A ver, aló. ¿Ahí me escuchan? Necesitamos solucionar ese tema de comunicación. Aló, ¿ahí me escuchan? ¿Bien, mal?
Yes, there.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
yes.
better.
Okay. So every time that you saw that you are not understanding, you just stop me and you will say, what is that? What means that? Please go slower or faster because I don't know your level. And if I have a bad connection, I will please ask you because my router is not in my floor, it's up. So I need to check it that everything is going ready. I was telling you that if for some reason you need to get absence of one of the lessons, it's better that you don't come to these ones, right? Because the ones that I give you that is like so personalized, I need to take scores of it every time that I saw you. So you can recover the lesson always because it's recorded, but I need to be so clear on this, and for that reason I will do it in Spanish. Nosotros no nos califican, yo necesito pasar los reportes por su asistencia. Siempre que nosotros tenemos clases personalizadas, yo tengo que sacar una nota. Entonces, si ustedes por alguna razón no pueden venir por su trabajo, su oficina, etcétera, intenten que fallen los días lunes o miércoles, que es cuando nosotros tenemos nuestras clases teóricas, ¿verdad? Porque no saco nota, 1 y 2 está grabado. Entonces lo pueden repasar y ya se ponen al día. Pero intenten no fallar en las clases que son personalizadas porque eso les baja mucho la nota al final, ¿ok? Yo no soy cuchilla, aquí en Colombia decimos cuchilla, no sé cómo se diga en sus países, yo soy una madre, pero yo no puedo luchar contra la ausencia. O sea, si no vienen, a mí me toca pasar siempre los reportes. Siempre vamos a esperar 5 minutos antes de comenzar la clase y comienzo con los que estén. Y siempre al finalizar llamo lista, pues precisamente por lo mismo, y también les hago una votación, lo que siempre lo digo como pool, y ustedes la llenan. Generalmente son 3 preguntas, las encuestas no son anónimas, y es la preparación de la clase, el manejo de la clase y si tienen alguna queja sobre el docente. Ahí dice sí o no y listo. Donde llegasen a tener alguna queja, entonces guardan que sí, y el supervisor, la persona que se encuentra en nuestro grupo, aparte de nosotros, pues va a poder reportar. Todo claro sobre mi perfil, sobre la dinámica de la clase, sobre cómo lo vamos a manejar. Si ustedes quieren ahondar más a fondo, están libres de hacerlo. Yo generalmente todas las clases traigo un material preparado y, por ejemplo, el día anterior a la clase personalizada, yo les voy a dar un tema, que generalmente es un artículo, un video, una discusión, un debate, un proyecto de ley, donde ustedes tienen que leerlo. No es tarea, pero lo ideal es que lo lean para poder discutir en nuestros 15 minutos de las sesiones del día siguiente. Siempre trato de dejarlo la misma noche para que ustedes se puedan organizar. Sin embargo, pues dependiendo, a veces viajo, entonces tengo que hacerlo el mismo día, ¿verdad? ¿Alguna duda, pregunta, sugerencia? ¿O todo claro?
I think that all is clear.
Okay, everything is clear. So let's get started. I will please ask each one that introduce yourself. We can start with Sarela. So basically, what is your name? What are you doing right now? What is your country, your age, and what do you do for living?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarela Alarcón. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Oruro, Bolivia, and I'm a law student. I live with my parents, and that's it.
Sarela, which semester of your career are you on it?
Uh, um, Last year is my last year.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you learn English?
I learned English in school and also in a vacations course.
Mm-hmm.
Vacations course, yes.
Okay, you take holiday lessons. Okay. Andrea. ¿Me escuchas? Andrea. Turno.
Yes. Good night. I introduce myself. Yes. Okay. Good night. My name is Andrea Chavez. I am from Bolivia. My city is Cochabamba. I am 30 years old. I am married. I have a child. I am a lawyer. I finished my career in 2015. I studied English 3 years ago at the CBA. It's an institute. Institute. I think that there are the same institute in other cities in my country. Well, I am working as a lawyer, but without the schedule. Because I had an office, but the pandemic start, so I decided to close because it was difficult try to work because we didn't work like 4 months. We had to be at home, and I had a kid. He's 3 years old, so it was so difficult to take care of him, and I didn't want to leave him at kindergarten because COVID. So I am working as a lawyer, but I don't know how to say that in English. Making some private things, some private documents from my home. And well, I decided to take this course to learn more about my career and at the same time practicing my English. I think is everything.
Okay, and in which area of law are you working on it? Do you work like just private, or you work with, I don't know, criminal or other areas? Which one is your area?
I was working on public area, but the last year I decided to make private because is I think that is better. But now I am making some papers, for example, to sell house, to sell motorcycles,
Okay.
or make some private documents about enterprise. Uh, I think that is more administrative area right now.
Okay. When we talk about sell houses, we will mention it like this. We'll say, I work in real estate. Okay? Real estate.
Okay,
And when we
real
are
estate.
working, yeah, when we are working like selling cars or whatever, it's just private, like civil contracts. That's it. You leave it like so general. Okay, nice,
Okay.
Andrea. Thank you so much. Next one. Who wants? Anaí or Valeria?
Can I? Can I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, my name is Valeria Arandiarzade. I'm from Cochabamba, Bolivia. I'm 20 years old. I'm on my last year of political science at the University of San Simon. And now I am at the airport, so sorry if you are hearing something strange. Uh, I learned English traveling and taking some classes with a lot of professors, but not specifically at an institute or a school. I also speak French. I have a B1, and I was learning Italian, but I didn't finish the courses. So
Okay, Valeria. So you are not a lawyer, right?
no, I'm a
Okay.
politologist.
But you never study something related, like you have some basics on law.
My parents are lawyers, so I'm familiarized, and I think that it's going to be my second career. So I took
Okay.
the courses for that reason.
Okay, in these cases, one day in one lesson, in one workshop, I had one student that was related with engineers. I don't know why, he just wanted to take the course. So I don't mean that it's more difficult, but it's quite easy to get lost, right? So every time that you feel that you are not understanding or that you didn't know how manage that or how deal or how works, you just stop and you say, Gali, please, can you repeat or can you explain me? And I am instantly do it easier, even if I have to speak Spanish, okay? Because we have a little bit of advantage over you, right? We are lawyers, we have been working on this for years, and you are not one. So just I will simplify as much as I can, but I will please ask you that if I am going not in like the way that you can understand it, just let me know and I will deal with it. Okay. And thank you so much. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Oh, you are so young. Okay. And you told me French and you learn Italian.
Yes, I have a B1 on French and I have a A2, like A2 in Italian.
Okay, nice. Okay. Thank you so much. And Anai?
Right. Okay. My name is Anai Monica Chimamani. I prefer if you can tell me Monica because I prefer Monica than Anai.
Okay.
And I am 20 years old. I'm studying two careers. The first career that I study is, well, I'm a law student and I study assistant engineer. I'm studying in my second semester recently, and in law, I'm still my fourth year. Yeah, the next year is my last year, right? And I'm a volunteer in hospital. I have like I don't know if it's right, but it's like laughter therapy for kids with cancer.
Mhm.
And what more? I don't know. That's all I think. Yeah, I was doing my practice in Minister of Justice here. Okay. I'm from Bolivia. I live in La Paz City. And yeah, but I finished my practice. That's all, I think.
Okay. And how do you learn English?
Oh, I study CBA, the American Institute of here of La Paz, but like 4 years ago, I forget a lot of things. Some things that maybe I confused, and I'm talk more informal than formal. That I have that problem. But I'm trying to remember remember a lot of things.
Okay. What is the connection between law and engineer? Why? Why did you take
Oh
that
yeah,
decision?
yeah. The first
Always the people should ask that.
totally different, I know. Yeah, but exists the part of the technology and law. And here in Minister of Communication use like the part of the like lawyers that don't have like laws in technology and in engineer system. I'm in my second semester. I like learning like cybercrime, or I don't know in English what is the right, but these things. Oh, I cannot hear you. Mm, teacher, your microphone is turned off.
Gracias. ¿Me escuchan?
Yeah, now, yeah.
I was telling you that because of my bad connection, I cannot hear a word about what you say. So I need that, please, you repeat.
Okay, it's okay. I say summarize like technology with law, because in Ministry of Communication I know and I see like we don't have like lawyers that in cybercrime and these things, and we don't have this part like more laws. Yeah, that's the thing. I have an influence that my doctor, that she's an engineer, but at the same time she's a lawyer. And I look that and I say, oh my God, she's so good, because she work in Minister of Communication in cybercrime, like work with the police of here. So I'm saying, oh, I want that. It's for that maybe.
Okay. She inspires you. Okay, nice. Well, we will start today with the basics of law. Tomorrow, we will start to discuss a little bit about our hobbies. And for me, it's really important that you get ready for some questions tomorrow. I need that you please ask yourself, how do you learn? Because I need that answer for tomorrow. Okay? This is so important for work in my methodology because I change it all the time. So today we will work on general, the basics of law. I will show you my screen right now, and I need that you please tell me if you can see what I'm showing you right now. You can see?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All night we will have some presentation like that, and after we discuss it, we will have some spaces like for questions. So here we have the legal systems of the world. As you can see, this is the most important thing. What the hell we are studying, right? And especially for the ones that are not lawyers. We have different sources. I will text that. Sources of law. Fuentes del derecho. Nosotros tenemos fuentes del derecho. That is right. For the ones that are lawyers or that are in the last semester of their career, you will understand that right now we are in the point of introducing to law, right? We are working from the really, really basic. So, of course, that we are inspired but civil, but we need to understand that we have two big ones. That is like common law and customary law. Customary law is the tradition in each country. So of course that here we have some traditional attitudes with contracts that in some part of Africa we cannot find. But also our legal systems, all of us are inspired in other ones. Basically, we have in Colombia, that is my case, we have a really huge inspiration, especially in administrative law and public law from France, right? And we have like a mixture from different legal systems. And that comes, like the most important ones are Dutch and English, of course, and Roman, right? When we start to mix them, we will have the common law, okay? So this is the most important thing. Some of these countries are still working with other legal systems, but the ones that we are working, it's inspired by customary law at some point, especially if we are working about private, commercial, or some contract. We have a lot of influence from customary, but all of legal statements are in our constitutions, laws, agreements, etc., etc. So we have hundreds of them. And when we talk about international law, and especially in my area, you will see during my workshops or during my lessons that I have a huge influence because it's the place where I'm working on, but not from the private point of view. I have this experience from public statements, but the base is the same. International law inspires our national legal systems and how these practice are really connected with the sovereign of the states, right? Los estados pueden tomar decisiones porque son soberanos, ¿verdad? Each holds different views depending of the area that we are working on, right? But basically, when we're talking about law, we need sources, scope, size, scope, or wide scope. Es nuestro marco, es nuestra base, nuestro punto de partida, ¿verdad? Sanctions and functions. Functions about what? About the state. When we are working in law, the best way that I can simplify it is we work some legal issues, some processes, we work in some areas, and we need to study which one are the competence for take a knowledge or to study or to take the dispute or the resolution in each hold, right? Oh, of course, talking about government, now we will have the politician points of view and basically how works the state, right? How works, how comes. At some point of these studies, we will start to see how economy take influence on us, especially when we discuss private law. I will remember that I told you at the beginning of the session that I always will show you some help, you know, like a video or agreement, some resumes, and then we can discuss it. Here is the first one and will be for tomorrow and is related with sources of law and especially with international law. The most important thing that we need to talk about it is the treaty. Un tratado, ¿ok? Treaty. Si estamos hablándolo en plural, entonces cambia pura regla gramatical. Treaties. Así. Okay? So for tomorrow, remember that this is not homework, but I really need that you do it because if not, we won't have topic for discuss. But I need that you check it. I will send it in the WhatsApp group as soon as we finish, but we will discuss this tomorrow. Okay? The treaty getting inspired by customary law. How we can define customary law is the unwritten law, right? But when we start to having some results, we have some conventions, declarations, and all of them in English are called treaties. So if I'm talking about this, I will always mention treaties. We have the American Declaration of Human Rights, just as some examples. American Convention of Human Rights or Convention Belém do Pará. Remember that this convention was signed in Brazil. So when we have one specific, as a name, when we have a specific one, we just say convention in English, and then we call them as they pronounce it, or the most neutral that I can. That remember that this convention is the one that was designed for prevent, punish, and eradicate the violence against women. Okay. We have in the general scope public and private law. If you want to include international, contract, civil, insurance, you know what means insurance? No, you never listen that word? Even by mistake? Insurance es seguros, el derecho de los seguros. Insurance. We will check it at the end, no worries at all. If you want to take notes, feel you free. If you want to check it again, feel you free also. But the most important thing here is we are talking about two huge scenarios, private or public. And after that, you can include as much topics as you can in public, administrative, international, criminal law. You can talk about human rights, environmental rights, indigenous rights. Okay, we will try to develop as much as we can. But when we are talking about insurance and private law, we can also need to discuss some economics, some taxes. Do you know what means taxes? What means?
Impuestos.
Muy bien. Muy bien, taxes. And we will also talk about some responsibility. Today we will learn some of the basics that is called tort law. Tort law means responsabilidad civil extracontractual y contractual. Muy largote en español, muy cortito en inglés. Okay. Here I will make a huge parenthesis because I had it in my mind and I completely forget. I lived in all of your cities. I lived in Cochabamba, I lived in La Paz, and I lived in Oruro. In Oruro, shorter than the others because I traveled to Sahama so fast, and I was like in the community of Sahama. Not in Oruro, but in the department, yes, but not in the city. But in La Paz, months, and Cochabamba, I loved Cochabamba, was my last city in Bolivia. I really loved your country. I lived in Bolivia for 1 year and a half. I lived all my COVID. I had all my COVID experience in Bolivia, and I had my residence in Bolivia. But one time that they open airports, I just go back my country. I have been in Colombia for almost 4 months this year, but what's really hard for me leave Bolivia because I have a lot of friends there, and the most important and significant city for me was Tarija. I lived in Tarija for a while, 4 months, almost a year. But Potosí, I traveled for all Bolivia, all Bolivia, and that it's so important because I need that you feel the confidence to discuss and to tell me, hey, this work different in my country, or because of my work, I have this experience, or how should I take this contract or this case or business, whatever. I have been working in my own law firm for more than 5 years. And when we talk about immigration law, I will tell you that right now, some of the most important business that we have here in Colombia comes from Canada. And that is so important that we can find a way to make dollars, because for us, it's common that obviously because of our realities, we have different points of view. But the thing is, in Bolivia and Colombia and other countries in Latin America, economy is not good and every time is going worse. So this is just as a legal advice. If at some point you need some, I don't know, you need some advice about how to deal with a client, how win clients, I will be completely open to share my experience, because that is the most important thing for me, that you learn maybe something, of course, legal and theory and etc., but that you can learn how this skill can help you to win some extra money or to grow up in a professional way and etc. So that is, I will close my parentheses, but I need to tell you that before I forget it. Okay. So basically we have public and private law. And if we should to simplify it or get a little resume about it, between public and private are effects or impacts that are completely different. Public law affects society as a whole, while private law affects individuals, families, businesses, and small groups of people. Deals with issues that affect the general public or state and society as a whole. This one or this part will be the focus of the first sessions, right? We will start to discuss with public. When we are talking about public law, some of the law that its wide scope covers are international, constitutional, administrative, municipal, and criminal. When we talk about international law, I don't know, Sarcela and Valeria, I'm not sure if Valeria take the flight, so for today I will allow it. But I will really, really please ask you that you have to turn on your camera, because all of this is controlled by my supervisor. And I need to tell, like, yes, I told them that they turn on the camera.
Sorry, miss, but I'm at the airport and I was making the check-in, so I turned off my camera for that reason.
Okay, okay. But after that, I will please ask you that you turn on. And if you need to fly, so I completely understand. You just take advantage and you check it for our session of tomorrow, okay? I lost myself. When we talk about constitutional law, we know, because we studied how are the controls that make the states for this connection between international and constitutional. That is called control de convencionalidad, right? Do you remember that in your lessons, in your law school? When the states need that all their constitution, all their laws didn't exist or didn't have chalk, or didn't have like an agreement with international law, they make a control. That control is called conventional control, right? Control de convencionalidad. But if we study constitutional law, a part of it, we will see that this kind of law protects citizens' rights and that are afforded in the Constitution, even if they are inspired in some agreements or some treaties. Remember that word. We will put it in the Constitution. After that, we have some administrative law, that are the laws that tell us how the departments, how the governments, how the agencies of the government should work. What are the capability that they have? What are the financial stuff that they have? What are the projects that they should have? What are the commissions, employment, and basically how this card that is called a state, that can be Colombia, Bolivia, Chile, whatever, can move, you know? That means administrative law. And municipal law is like this engaged stuff inside of the car, you know, because comes from the little to the huge, comes from the little municipal statements, some cities, some departments, and of course the country at the end, right? But the difference between them are the kind of the results that always be guided by law, but depending of the country, we can talk about ordinances. In my case, in Colombia, the ordinances works for departmental stuff, you know, and municipal, they have administrative acts, que son actos administrativos. Entonces, ya se van a dar cuenta, como yo les tiro la información, les digo, ok, esto se dice así y ustedes van adecuando. En Colombia, por ejemplo, los departamentos generalmente son los que toman ciertas ordenanzas pero siempre en municipales y en los entes nacionales son actos administrativos. ¿Cómo se dice eso? Administrative acts, ¿ok? Ya depende de pues de sus casos en concreto. Es información muy general. Nosotros tenemos lo mismo, pero lo aplicamos diferente. And at the end, criminal law, that are the laws that are related to crime or to punish some infractors of the law, but always, you know, that this power is on the head of the government, right? That is clear. We will be deep on it when we should do it. We have other word that is called legislature. The legislative body of the country, of our state, are the ones that are designed by votes in the most of the cases, but are the governmental body with all the power to make, amend, and repeal laws. And here we have three really important words in our speech when we are talking in English. And is make laws, so easy, hacer las leyes, amend. This comes from USA, always. I don't know if you listen some news, etc., and they say las enmiendas. ¿Han escuchado esa expresión? En una película o lo que sea. Entonces, la enmienda número 1 de la ley, no sé, ellos ni siquiera tienen ley, ellos tienen, sí tienen ley, pero ellos les dicen de otra manera, como el statements, ¿ok? Pero ellos hablan mucho de las enmiendas. Entonces, la enmienda número 4 a, yo qué sé. Y de ahí, ese es el origen de la palabra enmienda en español, ¿cierto? Pero amend significa enmienda. Nosotros no lo utilizamos mucho. Nosotros decimos, se van a hacer adhesiones, se van a hacer reformas, se van a hacer actos de modificación, ¿verdad? Pero todo lo que tengan que hacer, corregir, cambiar, va a ser amend, ¿ok? Y repeal es derogar. Todo lo que sea sacar del ordenamiento jurídico, dejar sin vigencia, we will call it repeal. So make, easy, create a new one, it's make, like to get the structure. Amend is modify, and repeal is derogate, is not available anymore. Okay, here I have some repeat, repeal, and amend, right? Is everything clear until here? Yes, no? Give me some signals. ¿Todo bien? Listo. Si no, siéntanse en la completa confianza de decir más despacito cómo se hace esto, cómo se dice, cómo se diría. Todos son viables. Y claro que los vamos a aceptar y los vamos a responder. ¿Listo? Cuando nosotros, when we are talking about private law, we have the same whole structure, and this wide scope contemplates private law that, as I told you at the beginning, affects the rights and obligations to the individuals, families, businesses, and small groups of people. But when we talk about the economy, we can discuss how this private law or this private sector in a country has a huge influence in the politics and basically how the company is like a company, you know? And this is a huge sector. So it's so important that we can show and discuss from a point of view that can analyze the influence of private law in our countries. So basically, private law involves everything that we need to solve between citizens and covers some of the topics that covers private law are contracts law or contractual law are the same. That governs the rights and obligation for those who are entering into the contract, but also can be the government. Remember that we are talking about this mixture about private and public. We will have some scenarios where we will have some rules of the contract, but talking about privates, but apply it to the government. The most common one is the concessions, where we're talking about constructions of roads or buildings that belongs to the states, okay? Tort law, that was the expression that I told you at the beginning, that are the rights and obligations or remedies. Remedies is something so important, is how in private law we call to the indemnizations, the remedies, provided to someone who has been wronged by another individual. Alguien que ha sido agredido, que ha sido afectado, es la manera en la que nosotros lo decimos, ¿ok? Who has been wronged by another individual, but also by a company, right? Property law, that is the case where Andrea was telling us, like governs from property, ownership, transfer, and tenant issues, but also when we are talking about real estate, it's involved in property law, okay? Succession law, that governs the transfer or an estate between parties. And here, this expression parties es la misma que cuando nosotros decimos nos vamos de rumba. Ahí. Una fiesta y una parte en un negocio. ¿Sí? Lo vamos a mencionar de la misma manera. Esto es solamente una forma de decirlo, ya vamos a ver muchas más. Pero entre las partes, entonces vamos a decirlo between the parties, ¿ok? O parties. And it's correct. Don't get like don't get scared about that expression. And at the end, we have family law, that are the ones that governs families and are related to domestics and yeah, like family issues. Every divorce, getting divorced, some child, some success. Depending of the legal system, this is something so important. Always I will try to have some experiences for you girls, and is this happened in Canada, this happened in the US, and this happened in England, and this happened in my country. As much as I can, I will try to show you how these kind of processes works in these countries, how they pronounce it, how they mention it, how is the structure, obviously by a basic way, because we study this for 6 years, 5 years, depending of the law school. But this is like a resume, okay? And this one that some of the people say that is a complete whole new part of law because of the punishment belongs to the government, but it's so specific. So some of them says that is independent, another says that belongs to the public law. But this, in criminal law, remember I told you at the beginning, the state reserves punishment. The state prosecutes the offender. And here we will learn one expression, that is prosecutor. If you check, if you watch some series or movies, you maybe listen that, and the prosecutor, maybe you listened before. You know what means? ¿Quién me cuenta? Bueno, vamos a referirnos. Tenemos que el Estado tiene la capacidad, está investido por el poder de perseguir al criminal o a la persona que actúe en contra de la ley. Entonces, prosecute es perseguir, ¿verdad? Judicializar. ¿Qué otra manera lo podemos? Hay un montón. Prosecute significa adelantar el proceso, investigar, sancionar, juzgar. Es, mejor dicho, multifacético. Pero prosecutor, cuando nosotros le ponemos la OR, de una vez me cambia todo el contexto y significa fiscal. ¿Ok? Se dice así en todas las nacionalidades, menos los que hablan inglés. Se dice así en Canadá, se dice así en Australia, se dice así en los angloparlantes. Prosecutor significa fiscal. Ya hay unos muy específicos, como son cuando tienen especializaciones, por ejemplo, ustedes me comentaban de cybersecurity. Hay algunos que tienen otras denominaciones, pero por su especialidad. Pero en términos generales, ¿quién persigue y quién tiene el poder punitivo del Estado? Son los fiscales. O sea, es el Estado, pero representado en los fiscales. Y eso en inglés se dice prosecutor, ¿ok? Y offender, que es el investigado, el procesado, el sancionado, el ofensor, como lo quieran ustedes traducir. ¿Quién realiza la conducta en contra de la ley penal? Okay, so the offender is the one that is against the statements or the law that basically are the rules for have a good society, right? Or for have convivence between citizens. If one be against these rules, we will call it offender, okay? But the criminal law also regulates the apprehension, charging, and trial of suspected people. Apprehension, captura, captura. Charging, no sé cómo se llama en sus países, en mis países, en mi país se llama imputación de cargos. Es la audiencia de imputación de cargos, que la manera más adecuada de traducirla sería charging. ¿Sí? Es cuando la fiscalía, que ya dijimos que se llamaba prosecutor, va a comenzar a decirle, Pepito, estamos investigándolo por esto, esto, esto y esto. Right? This scenario, this legal scenario is called charging. And trial, that is, depending of the country, if you check some series from US, you will check that we have the huge scenario and that the judge take the decision, but also you have some people that belongs to the society to take the decision about you, right? This is called trial, es el juicio. Pero también en otros escenarios como civil, laboral, lo que sea, trial means audiencia, ¿ok? Entonces, depende. En derecho penal podemos decir trial generalmente está relacionado con el juicio final, o sea, con el juicio, con el momento en el que el juez va a tomar la decisión. Pero en otras áreas del derecho, trial is also an audience, you know, like part of the process. It's not the most important one. It's just when you see the judge's face, it's a trial, okay? Suspected people. Okay, suspected people, sospechosa, bajo investigación, bajo proceso, procesado, investigado, ¿ok? Para que todos lo tengan claro. And fixes penalties and modes of treatment applicable to convicted offenders. Convicted means that it's on jail, you know? The difference between suspected and convicted is both of them belong to the process, but one is on jail and the other not, right? And offenders is just the general. Criminal law is only to organize society, protect the security of the individual interest, and ensure the survival of the group. That is just so simple way to call it. Some vocabulary that we will get focused on it. Provide relief or give relief or show relief means indemnization, means mitigation is sign of it, and means proporcionar un alivio. Puede ser económico, moral, como ustedes lo quieran ver, ¿ok? Provide relief. Redress a wrong done, reparar un mal hecho. Redress, como revestirse. Redress a wrong done. Es otra expresión que se utiliza para reparar un mal hecho. Hello, everyone. I am here representing to my client because we need to redress a wrong done. Okay? It's something that we can use so frequently. Wrongful acts. Actos ilícitos. Actos ilícitos. Damages, daños y perjuicios. Se traduce así, damages. And proved harms, daños comprobados. Esto se utiliza mucho en civil, tort law, and also in criminal law. It's not the same a damage than a proved harms, because for the last one, I will need proofs. I will need to show to the judge, to explain to them, I need to have a professional that tell them and explain them that I have some psychological consequences because some aggression that I had in the past, right? And after that, they can make the economic stuff to show that all my damage be evaluated in, I don't know, whatever thousands of dollars, okay? But the damages, if I cannot prove it, the damages also exists. If I cannot prove, if I don't have my psychologist, I don't have like the paper that say that I have some crisis that I need attention urgent. If I don't have these papers, the damages also exist, but it's just that I don't have prove it. And if I cannot prove it, remember basic of the law. If I cannot prove it, I cannot have the law. Okay. If we talk about the Constitution, the noun that is the one that makes reference to it is Constitution. The system of fundamental principles according to a nation, a state, corporation, or like however be governed is the Constitution. If we use it as a verb, we will use like constitute. It's a word, remember that a verb is a word or phrase that describes an action, condition, or experience, right? Constitute. If we use it as a noun, remember that is related to person, place, things, event, substance, or quality. But it's also an adjective because we can describe that a law is constitutional or unconstitutional. ¿Ok? ¿Qué es constitucional o qué es inconstitucional? Entonces, es un verbo, también es un adjetivo y lo podemos utilizar como pronombres. ¿Ok? Everything is clear until here? Nice. That was our first session of this legal English workshop. Before you leave, I will please ask you that you fill the poll that right now is open in your screens, or if it's in your phone, you need to check it in the top to answer it. Remember that it's just one answer, and por favor lean bien, porque a veces cuando llenan rápido colocan, ¿tiene una queja de este profesor? Sí. Entonces hay que pasar el reporte. Igual yo siempre paso el reporte y donde lo hubiera, se pueden comunicar directamente con Alison. Fue para mí un placer tenerlas hoy. Espero les haya gustado, espero haya sido claro. Si no, el buzón de sugerencias va a estar abierto siempre. Nos vemos mañana. Mañana yo les voy a enviar el orden de la clase. Voy a atender 15 minutos a cada una, es personalizado. Si ustedes quieren estar en la de su compañera, está completamente abierto, va a estar en YouTube, como ustedes quieran, pero mañana solo la necesito 15 minutos a cada una, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces, muchas gracias por su tiempo, que estén muy bien y hasta luego.
Thanks for the class. Bye.
Thanks, bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Ya, mami, ya pueden hacer ruido. No, no quiero. Bien. Pero me sentí muy rara. Y a veces me encontraba conectores en mi cabeza. Era como, the importance of. Lo repetí como 50 veces.
Por eso me lo dije, no hay tanto tiempo ni practicar. Pero
No le echaste limoncito.
pero ¿cómo? Si apenas ni siquiera para allá.
Sí.
No, pero las flores,
Tomorrow. ¿Por qué?
está todo el tiempo hay que tomar la atención que no sé qué. Se meterle las pañales que Luis Suárez, ceviche, dice ella. Miren, si más por ahí está, pero a ver, que vuelva a loco. A ver si quiere más. Más, mismo. No, claro que quiero salir más.
Y son unas niñas.
¿Sí?
Son
¿Abogados?
como dos no han terminado la carrera. Otra es de ciencia política, pero así altanerísima.
¿Por qué?
Altanera.
Pero
Pero
bien,
en
con
inglés,
un buen
pero-
nivel de inglés.
Sí, todo está bien. Pero un montón. Y se escucha, habla súper bien.
Y entonces, ¿y para qué el pan? No me va a comer el pan y me lo va a dejar ahí.
Saludita. Pero dos.
Ay, pero como dijo que un sándwich, pues mete eso ahí entre el uno y ya.
No.
¿Y yo para qué le pidió que? Me dijo, ¿qué recuerdo? Me dijo,
Pero sin queso. Sin queso.
ajá, ahora como que con que le eché un pico de esa rica. Va para adentro. Sí.
No, solamente me he hecho por el tema del apellido, nada más que no puedo ponerle solo porque no te ponerle un solo apellido, ni me estoy diciendo el padre. Esto entonces, no.
Hey,
What the hell are you doing at 2 a.m.? Wake up.
I don't know. I'm not waking up. I'm already awake.
Fuck. Are you working right now?
Just took a shower. I did some stuff. Not really working, but I'm also not very tired, so I will probably do some work and then go to sleep.
No, but working like you started the new place?
No. It's January. It's not in January.
No.
Oh, hola, mamita.
Wait a second. She's coming.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola.
¿Cómo
Bien,
te,
¿y tú?
Bien. ¿Qué tal ese aprendizaje de ese español? Ya se te oye mucho mejor. No tan rápido, más lento.
Sí,
Un
¿listo
poquito.
para Noel?
¿Para qué? Para Navidad. Ah, para Navidad.
¿Ya?
Ajá. Sí,
¿Todo bien?
more or less.
¿Listo? Regalos para Gali. No necesito.
Claro que necesita.
No necesita. ¿Qué,
Yo soy el mejor regalo para ella.
qué hacen para la Navidad?
La cena, reunirnos en familia. ¿Te mandas unos vinitos? Chupar.
Mucho chocolate.
Chocolate.
¿Chocolate?
¿Chocolate caliente o chocolate en barra?
No, amigo. Ron. Ron.
No.
Vino.
No,
¿En
vino.
serio?
Uh-huh.
No, crema de whisky.
We have like a lot of alcohol for this day.
Para Navidad.
For New Year also. But we also travel to my aunt's house. But right now that my grandma cannot move,
Tu tía. La
so
casa de tu tía.
all of them comes.
Toda la familia.
¿En dónde
Oh,
está él?
muy bien. ¿Dónde estás? Mi mamá pregunta que en dónde estás.
A mi casa,
¿En dónde?
en Frankfurt.
Ah, ya regresó.
Frankfurt.
¿Ya regresaste a Alemania?
Alemania.
Ah, ¿y cómo te fue por allá por Brasil?
No. Lamentablemente no Brasil, solo Alemania frío.
No, pero ¿cómo te fue?
¿Cómo te fue?
How was it?
Muy bien, muy bien. El clima hace regular. Hice regular.
Fue. Oh, estaba.
Estuvo también.
Estaba o estuvo. Both are correct.
Pero no hace mucho sol. No es.
No hizo.
No hizo
Sí.
mucho sol.
Ujú.
Pero no hizo frío.
¿De Brasil hace frío?
Creo que es por el
Por
momento.
temporada.
Ujú.
Es muy bonito. Muy
Bye.
La selva.
Dile que mi mamá me llama. Chao.
La selva y las playas.
No, pero ya estás hablando español, güey.
I should learn more.
No, you learn it. Sounds perfect.
Anyway, nice.
Now, tell me everything.
No.
What do you need to talk to me? I don't want to interrupt you because I know that you are having like your honeymoon. So I was like, no, when you have time, just he will text and tell me everything. How was it? Are you getting married?
I'm getting married, but to several girls at the same time.
Oh my God. Help me. What happened? No, you know what I want to know? What happened after this girl, the Peruvian girl, leave Brazil?
Well, you don't want to know.
What happened? Tell me.
A lot of things happened.
Tell me.
A lot of things happened there.
In Spanish,
Well, the problem was,
this
I
is
wanted-
called like.
I wanted to stay at the beach,
Mhm.
so I thought, okay, I have some nice beach days. I go there, I relax.
Hi, my internet was gone.
Yes, okay. So yeah, I thought, okay, I'm gonna just enjoy myself and do the things I want to do, like work a little bit in the sun and go to the beach. But then the weather was bad. No, I mean it was still warm. You could walk around in t-shirt and shorts, and you could be outside. But sometimes it was raining. It was just gray sky, and like from 10 days, there were only 3 days of sun.
Oh.
So I was doing work.
I imagine it. I know you.
I was learning the culture. So if I cannot have the beach culture, I have the bed culture.
How was wait? How was
Plastic kids,
I what?
plastic boobs.
Mm-hmm. You don't like it?
I hate plastic kids. No.
I never have.
Everybody in Brazil. I think every third woman has plastic boobs there.
Well, I never touched some teeth. Like, oh yes, I touched one, but not plastic one.
It's not nice to touch them.
I don't know. It's something
And
that
they
I
have
cannot
these,
tell you.
They have the hyaluronic acid, the ácido hialurónico. And when you kiss them, it's like you kiss a doll. It's not nice.
An asshole. But how was the Brazilian sex? Comes to your top? How was your experience? Because I have a Brazil like.
I can say that in general they're better.
Yeah.
In general, no.
Okay.
But there was one girl who was really, really good. Like it was so like natural, harmonic.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. That was really good. The other one was just normal, and then the plastic one, they were not good. I don't know. So I cannot say that they in general are better, but there was one who was really, really nice. But the Peruvian was nice too, and the Mexican was also too. So I'm still thinking about. I'm still talking to the Mexican. I'm still thinking about the Mexican. I don't know why.
You're just getting attached.
I still love the Peruvian.
And how finished the thing with the Peruvian? Where you will see her again? Did you talk about it?
That's a good question. We talked about it, but also without pressure because she's applying for university for her master's.
Uh-huh.
But she's applying in Canada. She's applying in Germany. So maybe she'll come to Germany.
That would be amazing.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not like that. I don't know what's wrong with me because I should be happy with her, but I'm still thinking, about other things.
Let yourself be.
Yeah,
think about it
because I don't want to be tied to the Peruvian, but I should be because she's so nice, so great, and everything is so cool, and she's so pretty too. But I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, nothing is wrong.
Kids in Peru.
Nothing is wrong with you. It's just not your time. You are giving yourself the time.
I want to fall in love, but I can't. But I miss her, I miss her.
Yeah.
So maybe let's see how it is next time. But maybe I'm just confused because I have so many experiences and so many options.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I need to calm down, and then I will realize that how good she is.
Yeah. One of the writers, like he writes poetry. That is one of my favorite ones. He says something that I always keep in my mind, and it's I don't know how to traduce it. Do you know this thing that comes from the sky when it's raining?
Yeah, when it's raining.
This that is so lightning. Strong. Yeah.
En español.
Rayo.
Rayo, sí, lightning.
Lightning. Yeah. Okay. He said that love is just that. that cut yourself in two and you don't have any option to think about it, to fall in love, or I won't fall in love. No, just happen like that. So
that's what I think too, and that's why I'm sad that it doesn't really feel like this with Peruvian.
yeah, but also life teach me that love is also a construction and a decision. And if you really, really want to be with someone, and that guy wants to be with, in my case, that guy wants to be with me, I want to create something, build something like a health relationship. I want that his dreams and my dreams comes true, even if I'm involved or not. It's like a lot of stuff is also love. So you need to try to find the middle thing, because maybe you are so obsessed to find one part that you are avoiding other parts that are they are also important for you. So
I
give
have a little
yourself
liking
time.
with the Mexican, but the Mexican I only saw for 2 days.
Yeah, you have a perspective. You have maybe a really nice sex, a really nice connection, but live with
Maybe I
someone
have to see
a
her
couple
again.
of
I have to
months.
see her again and find out.
Yeah, but live with someone for a while, and you will discover